everyone. My name is Antonia Adams, and I'm here today with Dr. Eric Brown. He's going to talk to us a little bit about the South Carolina Technical College system, and we're going to learn a little bit about how they enhance educational equity and make sure that students have access to education throughout South Carolina. So Dr. Brown, thank you so much for speaking with me today.
And I'm certainly excited to be here.
Well, my first question for you is pretty basic. What is your title and what do you do?
I am the Associate Vice President and Diversity and Inclusion Coordinator for Student Affairs. In my role, I'm responsible for ensuring that students have equal access to a quality and affordable education and that the programs we offer are inclusive for all.
That sounds really awesome. So I want to know, what is the significance of the work that you do?
My work is important because I get to advocate for students, making sure that they understand their rights and responsibilities while also ensuring that they have a seamless entrance process, that there are support systems along the way through graduation and job placement. I also help draft or make recommendations to state policies that have a positive impact on the citizens and provides an economic impact to South Carolina.
That sounds really important. It sounds like you're really working with these policymakers and just making sure that everyone in South Carolina has access to education. That sounds really cool. So I want to know a little bit more about you exactly. Why did you enter this field? Why are you even here?
I wanted to have an opportunity to change lives. Prior to coming into education, I worked in law enforcement as a corrections officer and a juvenile probation officer. While working in those roles, I realized that education was the key to offering people better options and to providing opportunities that otherwise would not be afforded to individuals who made decisions that was not in their best interest.
That sounds really good. And it sounds like it's very personal to you. It's not just a job, but it's actually changing lives and working with students.
It is, certainly.
That sounds really good to know. So I want to know, how would you describe yourself, Dr. Brown, as a professional? Just totally casual, how are you and who are you?
As an education professional, I subscribe to the concept that I put people first. I'm customer focused and believe that it's not only important to help students with their education pursuits, but also to help to grow them socially and economically.
I think that holistic growth approach is really important. I think whenever people think about education, they don't understand how education professionals have to take a whole student approach to make sure that they have what they need to be educationally successful, but that personally they're able to thrive and take care of themselves. I really appreciate that. So I want to know, whenever people think about technical and community college, they just think a 2-year school. But from your perspective, what is the importance of having this available to students?
Well, technical and community colleges are so important because they are affordable and accessible, offering opportunities for people with very diverse backgrounds. Options exist for both traditional and non-traditional students. Technical and community colleges generally offer long-term and short-term programs that provides the ability for people to gain a credential they could use to go immediately into the workforce.
And I know that firsthand, as I'm a graduate of a technical and community college. And I know for a fact that it was a very transformative experience for me. It was very affordable, it was easy to enroll, and as a result, I was able to become a university student because of that transition. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you. And the technical college system has benefited from you being a part of our system, and you've certainly been a welcome addition to our family.
Well, I appreciate that. I love the family role that you all really emphasize. So I want to transition into some of the work that I'm doing this summer. So I am an intern with the Southern Education Foundation, and we're working on making sure that students complete their FAFSA so that they can obtain higher education. So I want to know, what is your role with the 321 Complete FAFSA initiative?
My role is simply to promote the initiative throughout the 16 technical colleges in our system to ensure students have the assistance they need in each area to complete the FAFSA, which in turns provides students with access to a quality and affordable education.
I really appreciate that. And my next question goes into, why do you believe that the FAFSA is so important?
Well, actually, I'm a former financial aid director in the technical college system many years ago. The FAFSA is important because it helps create access to education that otherwise may not be accessible to underrepresented groups. In a sense, it levels the playing field by creating a path to education. In many cases, depending on the college, through the FAFSA and the grants it avails students to, they can attend at little or no cost.
That's amazing. And I know FAFSA certainly helped me get back into school. So if it is the gateway and if it is so important, why do you believe so many students neglect their FAFSA?
Well, there could be many reasons, and it doesn't all have to be just pertaining to these groups, but there are still a lot of first generation or low income students out there who may not have the support they need to navigate the educational process. Completing the FAFSA could be a huge undertaking for many reasons. In the past, some of the questions may have been difficult to understand, and securing documents from parents may also be difficult for some potential students. I think FAFSA simplification addresses some of those issues and creates better access. However, potential students still need assistance in navigating the FAFSA process.
Absolutely. And I think that's what we're doing with 321 Complete by having guides throughout the state of South Carolina assist students directly. I've also made many toolkits, I've also made some videos, and we've just really been working hard on getting this information out, especially to low income, first generation, and underserved students so that they can obtain higher education. So as a college student, I have to ask, how can I, as a student, get involved in promoting educational equity?
Well, students are the best ambassadors, like yourself, for the colleges. Who better for another student to trust than someone who has similar experiences to them or to theirs? Additionally, students can join clubs and organizations on campus and participate in projects that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. Students can volunteer for events on and off campus and even assist with the FAFSA initiative. Students look up to students like yourself who are on the ground advocating and promoting the FAFSA initiative, which helps create access to education.
I think that's super exciting. So my final question is just, what general advice would you give to college-bound or current college students?
I think that's an important question. The best advice I could give is to start early. Applying and navigating the requirements to enroll in college can be exhausting. The earlier students begin, the better. Additionally, I would tell students do not be afraid to ask for help along the way. The faculty and staff at colleges are there to help and can be an integral part of the process. And there may be people who can mentor them throughout their college experience. For current students, the same applies. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Take advantage of academic support and student engagement opportunities. Get to know faculty and staff because they could be potential references for them as they continue through graduation and employment.
So start early, get connected, and make sure that you are getting everything that you need, and ask for help. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
Nothing wrong with asking for help.
And I think that's super important.
Exactly.
Well, Dr. Brown, it has been such a pleasure to talk with you today. Thank you so much just for the time and for talking with us about technical and community colleges.
Certainly, it's been my pleasure, and enjoy it and keep doing the wonderful work that you're doing.
Well, thank you so much. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much to all of you for tuning in and watching this interview. And as always, good luck, South Carolina.
Thank you.